Welcome, everybody watching. Before I start, I just want to thank you for clicking on this video. By the way, my name is Tristan. The reason that I created this channel is because, first of all, I felt called to do so, and also because I really love words. I'm a songwriter, and I love the power that words have. And on here, we discuss one word on a daily basis and break down the effects of that word. Today's word is peace, which is usually the word I use to conclude my videos. And let's look at the definition of peace. Freedom from disturbance, tranquility. And there's also an alternative definition, which is a state or period in which there is no war or war has ended. And you'll probably, if you checked out, the other videos, you'll probably notice that this word is very similar to the word that I just posted, bliss. And I would say these words were family, then they would be cousins. Now, can you relate to this word? Have you ever experienced peace? Do you want to experience peace? I know that I have, and I know that I do. What gives you peace? Is it a weekend away from your noisy children? Maybe it's a getaway at the spa, the beach. Maybe it's watching your favorite sports team with your boys, or watching romance movies with your girls. I know those are very stereotypical examples. Just bear with me. But I can definitely say that peace is needed for clarity in life. I'm sure you've heard the term peace of mind. We live in a chaotic society that pushes the opposite of peace, and then still has the nerve to offer you peace after stripping it away right out of your hands. I think it's fair to say that my throat. I think it's fair to say that a lot of people don't actually like peace. Some people prefer chaos. Some people hate being alone with their own thoughts. They prefer to always have something going on around them. The thought of peace disturbs them. Maybe that's you, and no judgment. I feel like I've always been that person too, when I was younger especially. We feel like we need to have something going on all the time, but there's something so rejuvenating about peace. It helps you see the bigger picture. We can't make the best decisions if we don't have peace. And there doesn't necessarily have to be peace in our environment. We can have peace within. And this is really the only peace that exists, if you ask me. We can have peace in the midst of chaos, which is required of all of us eventually. You can especially relate to this if you work in a fast-paced environment. Maybe, for example, restaurant, construction, call center, hospital. We must be able to find peace when everything around us is showing us the opposite. How do I find peace, you may ask? And that's a great question. I can say I've tried many things, but nothing worked for me as much as seeking God. I can say that from the bottom of my heart and soul, not the weed, not the booze, not the girls, not the meditation, although meditation does help a lot, but developing a relationship with God. This is for those who are currently feeling chaos in their mind. I would say try God out. What do you have to lose? Now I'm going to get into the second definition of peace. A state or period in which there's no war or war has ended. So I'm very fortunate to live in Canada, where we've never been known for war. If peace were a country, I'd say Canada was the apex of that at one time. World peace was something that was heavily promoted from the 60s and onwards. And I can't even imagine how gratifying it would be to experience peace after a bout of war. Unfortunately, we still suffer from this today. The Middle East has been at war for centuries. There have been non-stop situations in Africa. South America experiences civil wars. Europe, the US, literally every part of the world has seen war. The only solution is peace. I can confidently say that as long as humans exist on the earth without God's presence, there will be no peace. And this is why many Christians and other religions await God's return. Personally, for me, I found that I'm most at peace when I rid myself of the things that don't bring me peace. And unfortunately, a lot of those things are the things that I actually enjoy the most. I enjoy eating junk food. But too much junk food affects my gut, which then affects my brain, which then affects my life, which then affects my peace. And once we can identify the triggers in our lives, we can eliminate problems and find peace. And again, peace doesn't mean everything is perfect, because it never is. It just means we found our center in the midst of chaos. We must strive to make our environments have peace to the best of our ability. That does not mean shoving peace down everyone's throats. It just means being at peace. Being the example, and people will eventually respond positively to our energy. And that may not be right away, but most eventually will. Have you ever had someone approach you in an aggressive or hostile manner and you responded very calmly, and then that person ended up lowering their tone? That's because you just showed them peace. Peace is powerful. Peace is control. Most people aren't going to add fuel to a fire if the fire is not expanding. Eventually, they're going to give up. I mean, some people might be more persistent, but eventually they're going to give up. I mean, it could be a lifelong battle, but they will give up. Remember, this takes time. You know, it's a lot easier said than done, because we all have different personalities. You know, for some it comes more naturally. For others, it's going to take a lot longer, but it is attainable for all of us. So if there's anything that you've gotten from today's word, you know, I hope that you recognize that striving for peace is a beautiful thing. And if we all strive for peace, imagine how amazing this world would be. So that's all for today's word. This video echoed in your spirit. Please like the video and become a subscriber to the channel, because I really want to continue and do this again. If you have any questions or thoughts, share them in the comment section. I will be more than happy to read them and engage with you. Once more, peace is today's word. If you are currently at peace watching this video, comment peace in all caps, and I say to you, that's amazing. Continue to be at peace and seek peace. Like, share, and subscribe. Again, like I said, it means a lot. Have a blessed day or night wherever you are. And like today's word, peace.